What comes to mind first when we talk about piranha fish? Ferocious, savage, or scary? The most recognizable image of this fish is its ferocity that likes to tear apart anyone who enters the waters inhabited by them. This is the image of piranha fish that is often shown in media such as movies, which makes them get a creepy reputation. But is it true that piranhas are that ferocious? In this episode, we will discuss about piranha fish. When you think of ferocious freshwater fish, piranha might be one that comes to mind. This is thanks to its appearance in movies or other stories. But what exactly is a piranha? Piranha is the common name for freshwater fish of the Cerassalmidae family and belongs to 5 genera consisting of modern piranha and 1 genus of ancient piranha, the megapiranha, which became extinct around the late Miocene era, about 8 to 10 million years ago. There are currently 40 to 60 species of piranha that have been classified with different shapes and sizes. We might identify a piranha by the red color of its belly, but it is actually just one of the piranha species. This is the red-bellied piranha, the most recognizable piranha that often appears in the media. But in fact, piranha has various types with different looks. The native habitat of this fish is from the South American continent. Although they are better known as inhabitants of the Amazon River, piranhas do not only live there, they also inhabit other fresh water in some parts of that continent, but the most varied species are in the Amazon River. Piranhas have a rather round or oval body shape, with a variety of sizes depending on the species, but the maximum size will not be more than 60 centimeters. The most notable part of the body is the teeth. Piranhas have a single row of sharp teeth in both jaws. These triangular and pointed teeth, when viewed closely, also have fine saws in each tooth, making it the piranha's main weapon for eating or avoiding danger. And not only that, these sharp teeth are also supported by the strong bite of this fish. Scientists revealed that the bite force of a 1.1 kilogram black piranha can reach 320 newtons. The results of this study show that compared to its body size, the piranha is one of the strongest biting fish in the world, perhaps even the strongest of any fish species. When calculated by comparison of body size, the black piranha far surpasses even the white shark megalodon. The secret of this bite force lies in the massive mandibular adapter muscle, which is found in their jaw that can move the lower jaw strongly. Piranhas have a strong bite, and maybe that's what inspires Hollywood movie actors. Piranhas have always been antagonists who can threaten humans. Anyone who wants to deal with them will be finished off by this fish, except for the cameraman.
Wow!
But are piranhas really dangerous? When talking about piranhas, especially red-bellied piranhas, most people will think of scary, ferocious fish. Eats anything that enters the water inhabited by them. This is all because of the image in the media, especially movies. But why do movies portray piranhas so scary? This is because of the behavior of these fish that become the reference of the movies. Some piranhas live in groups, although other species are more solitary. This group of piranhas, when eating, will surround their prey together. This makes the piranha look ferocious. In addition, the 26th President of the United States, Theodore Roosevelt, once visited Brazil in 1913. While there, he was presented with a show in a river that was eventually named Rio Theodore Roosevelt. In the river, the locals threw a sick cow with bleeding wounds on its body. And what happened was, what astonished the former president of the United States Ferociously, a group of fish ate and finished the cow. The thing that happened in front of his eyes was finally written by Roosevelt in his book entitled Through the Brazilian Wildren. Roosevelt's story became shocking news at the time and was also the inspiration for many Hollywood movies. But like all entertainment, movies also often present things that seem exaggerated for the sake of entertainment. Piranhas are one of them. All the stories that depict the ferocity of piranhas are too exaggerated. In fact, this fish is not that fierce and scary in the real life. Piranhas are actually timid fish. The group behavior of some piranha species is not intended for offensive actions, but rather their way of defending themselves from predators, not as a way of hunting. In addition, piranhas are also more scavengers than hunters. They prefer to scavenge carcasses or leftovers rather than attack live prey, except those that are smaller or slightly larger than them. So they will not eat humans who swim in the river. This is contrary to the general assumption about piranhas so far, but it's a different story if you put an animal corpse. Piranhas who are scavengers will certainly eat it. In terms of food, piranhas are also known as meat-eating fish, but in fact they are omnivorous. They also eat fruits and seeds. Piranha attacks on humans are usually only in the form of small, minor wounds. It is also done not because piranhas want to eat humans, but as a form of self-defense because they feel threatened. Until now, there has been no official evidence of deaths actually caused by piranhas. News of humans being eaten by piranhas is usually because the victim has died before, whether it was due to drowning or something else. This goes back to their characteristic as food scavengers. But piranhas can still be aggressive under certain conditions, which cause stress, such as when food is scarce or when in overcrowded groups, which can happen during low water conditions. But still, what has been represented in the media so far is too exaggerated. Then what about the cow in the case of the former president of the United States? Turns out it was already set. The locals had set it all up to amaze the former president of the United States. They covered the river with nets, then put a lot of piranhas, maybe even up to thousands in the area, and left it without feeding it. As explained earlier, piranhas can be aggressive when food is scarce and in crowded groups. That's why these fish become so ferocious. Meanwhile, the cows that are used as bait are also injured and helpless, so naturally the piranha attacked the cow. Piranha's mating season occurs around December to March. Females usually lay their eggs in the mud or grass at the bottom of the river. After that, the male piranha will fertilize the eggs externally like any other fish. Their eggs will hatch into larvae, where these larvae will depend on the egg yolk as a food source until they continue to develop into young piranhas to adults. Then, they can life around 5 to 7 years. Although in the movies piranhas are ferocious animals and attack anyone, but in real life piranhas are actually a food source for many predators, such as caimans, birds, freshwater dolphins, otters, and fish larger than them. So piranhas are not a scary animal for those predators. Besides that, piranhas can also often be used for humans as pets or food. But piranhas are also often an enemy for fishermen. This is not because the fisherman was afraid of the ferocity of this fish, but because piranhas often steal bait, damage fishing equipment, eat catches, and sometimes bite if accidentally caught. In some countries, piranhas are also prohibited from being kept or released in the wild because they have the potential to become an invasive species. There is one more assumption about piranhas, which is that they can detect blood. This is true. Piranhas can detect blood in 200 liters of water. Besides blood, they are also attracted to noisy movements in the water. This is one way for them to detect food. That's the piranha, the fish that has a creepy reputation due to over-portrayal in the media.